darlings! I'm coming to you live from my living room to show you what I just got in the mail. My own copy of Galactic Hellcats with the new cover from the new publisher. And I thought I would read a little bit to you and show off my hand knit dress because I might as well, when I'm being on TV, show off my hand knit dress. It's cute, right? It's really cute. I put pearls on the hem. Okay. You didn't come here for that. You came here for the book. So I'm going to give you a little reading to celebrate the re-release of Galactic Hellcats. And this is from chapter 7, the founding of the Galactic Hellcats. Margot was grateful for the silence and the meditative feeling as she leaned into lazy turns, following the ship in front of her. She could stop thinking for a while, stop worrying. There was a plan, and she was executing it. Follow Zuleika. She was setting all her worries in Zuleika's hands. Stupidly, it wasn't like she'd agreed to take them. Zuleika led them close to the ground, so close it was like she had on invisible wheels. She bobbed easily over a tongue of black rock that lay like a fleshy limb across their path. Margot took the jump much more gradually. The flyer was responding normally, but she was afraid to push it. The desert was painted in sunset red, striped with deep blue shadows. Margot kept her focus ahead of her and made her adjustments slowly, swaying and turning like a waltz. How wonderful it was that she got to fly again. They dropped into a larger canyon, and Margot gasped when she realized the unusual bright veins on the canyon walls were windows and balconies glowing with electric lights. As the canyon widened, the structures became larger and the lights more varied in color. A crazy dream of a city, like the Ratanese places Margot had seen in movies, slicing the darkness with prisms of metal and glass. She'd assumed that wasn't real. Zuleika's flyer slipped neatly into a dark cave and parked on a concrete floor. As Margot climbed out beside her, she held her breath, expecting a siren. The air smelled of oil and sawdust. Key's flyer landed gently next to her. Zuleika waved a hand and said, "Secure garage." Something groaned overhead, and a segmented metal door descended, closing them in. The air illuminated. Irregular walls climbed up into a narrow V above them, half rough stone, half smooth concrete. "Sweet place," Key poked at the wall at the back of the cave. "This way," Zuleika said. The wall Key was poking rolled up exactly as the garage door had rolled down. It revealed a plain room, windowless, with silver stairs spiraling upward. Despite the plainness, something about it, the texture, the smell, just felt expensive. Zuleika led the way up the stairs into a room with a large curved window looking out on the canyon city. She dropped onto a gray flannel couch. All the furnishings were black and gray and as rectangular as possible. Zuleika gazed out the window. Something large and dark briefly obscured the lights on the other side of the canyon. "We got in before the sky wolves." "I knew they were real!" Key exclaimed in delight. Zuleika waved them towards chairs. "Tomorrow, if the Border Patrol hasn't found us, we can slip through the defense network and get you off planet." "And go where?" Margot asked. "My parents received an Ansible telegram that I'm in prison. They sent money to bail me out. I can't go home." Zuleika shrugged. "What do you want to do?" Margot didn't know how to begin to answer that because going to the past wasn't an option. She looked at Key, who looked to be scanning the room for something to steal. "Are you all right with this?" Key turned to face her, tucking something into her pocket at the same time. "All right with what?" "Are you all right with us leaving without getting that gem you wanted?" "Gem? Gems? Schmems. We got something much more valuable than that." She jumped over the back of the couch, settling in next to Zuleika. She raised both hands, waiting for one of them to take her bait. When Zuleika and Margot kept staring silently, she gestured at them. "We got a gang!" Margot sat down. "What on earth are you talking about?" Key pointed at each of them, ending with herself. 1, 2, 3 criminals, and you need at least 3 people to count as a gang. "I always wanted one." Key smiled proudly at them like a parent. It's just a suggestion, but how do you feel about the name Galactic Hellcats? Closed membership to start, but then we can each bring in another member in the future. Should we have the right to veto new members, or should it be a majority vote? I mean, what if there's someone I love and you hate? Also, I have ideas about secret call signals and handshakes. Margot looked to see if Zuleika was as surprised at this as she was, but Zuleika was grinning as madly as Key. Key laid her hands across the top of the sofa. Now, what have you got to eat around here? And that is how the Galactic Hellcats became the Galactic Hellcats. And if you want more of their sassy adventures, you can get this deliciously beautiful paperback from Lethe Press, or Lethe, I don't know. And you could also get the audiobook on Audible read by an actual professional instead of me.